Hey everybody, Roxabox90 here with the final video of my complete Born of the Gods set review. So again, we're going to stick to limited, but we're going to try to give just general thoughts as we go around and recap the cards of the set, and we're going to wrap up what's left. We have the 3 lands. I would pass them in draft unless you're trying to splash a color. Even then, I would kind of aim for it mid to late picks, and I don't think you really need it. There's enough mono and 2-color here. I don't think you need it like you did in the Ravnica block. You just don't need it for non-splashing. If you're trying to splash and you get one, great. Otherwise, I would avoid it. Springleaf Drum is an inspired enabler. That's it. Pillar of War is a bestow user, and that's it. I mean, you could use it to round out a curve, but unless you're running a lot of bestow, I would avoid it. Siren Songlier, it's very expensive, but it does enable Inspire, and I do like that you can put it on one of your early drops and turn that into a prevent big bomb later card. So it does have sleeper potential, and I do think it could really swing games. I would definitely try taking it as a sideboard card if you see no one else is taking it. Gorgon's Head is another card that I consider almost a sleeper because it's very cheap, but Death Touch does matter against the bombs of the set since there's not a lot of cards that are irrelevant to Death Touch. So this card, I think, should be definitely considered in picking it up if you can. Hero's Podium is pretty awful, as is Astral Cornucopia. I don't think the ramp is worth the ridiculousness. It's not going to be anything other than a weak Darksteel Ingot, so I would avoid it. Kiora's Follower is great in a lot of ways. It's an inspired enabler. It also is untapping any permanent, so it acts as a ramp. And it's a bear that's reasonably costed, so if you're got him and you got the colors, go for it. Kiora is also pretty awesome, as with just about all planeswalkers. I meant the just about because, you know, Tibalt. But Kiora is awesome. And all her abilities are relevant. Her cost is fine. I don't think her 2 loyalty is so bad here because I don't think you're going to have trouble. Since she's a 4-drop, you're going to probably have a set board before her. She's great. Just get her if you can, and if you're running the colors, go for it. Chromanticore, we're going to hear a crazy story about someone winning with this card, but otherwise I think it's pretty awful. I would just avoid it. Don't make yourself lose for that card. Reboot is Sown is good in so many ways. It's a heroic enabler. It's just 3 for 3 counters. That's awesome. If you're running these colors, go for it. Fanatic of Xenagos is also pretty awesome. I like that no matter what you win, it definitely fits a curve. If you're running these colors, this is a must-have. Ragemonger, on the other hand, is not. I don't think it's all that good unless you're running every Minotaur in the set, which you're not going to be, so I don't think it's all that awesome. Siren of the Silent Song is fine. I think it's actually pretty good with evasion, but I don't like it's a 1 toughness, so unless you're running these colors, I would stay away from it. Far's Enlightenment is one of my favorites. It's a heroic enabler that also gives evasion, and I like that you can repeat it over and over again. This does matter in limited, and it gives you long-term value. I think it's awesome. And then we have the gods, and as you know, pretty much all the gods are awesome for limited. They really are. Karametra clears out your library and lets you draw your bombs. She's also a huge body for a reasonable cost. Xenagos gives you long-term staying power and will likely win you the game once he's out in play, just because your small creatures become bombs, your big bombs become bombier, and that's really weird double entendre, but he's awesome. Mogus is huge, huge. He forces your opponent to clear the field or basically lose inch by inch, and he's really big. I think he's fantastic. Phoenix, of course, Mill is ridiculous in this format, and Phoenix, I think, will be amazing in limited. So if you get him, I wouldn't say force the colors and try to go for it no matter what, but I would try to stay as much as possible close to him, because he's that awesome. And Ifara is actually, I think, one of the weaker ones here, because there's not a lot of flash in this set in general, and even though, yes, we're going to have Theros in the sealed packs, she's very reasonably costed, and of course, you should run her if you have these colors, but I think of all 5, she's probably the worst. It's hard to tell. Xenagos and Phoenix, I think, are the best for limited. Maybe then Mogus, Far, and Karametra are probably closer because they both give you advantage, but not breaking the opponent's back advantage. So, of course, if you get any of the gods and you can run those colors, go for it. That's all I have to say about them. So those are all. Wow, that completes the full set review of Born of the Gods. So I'm hoping to get you guys the top 10 EDH Commander cards very soon. That'll be really awesome. I'm also going to try to put together a how-to for sealed and limited, well, limited environment, sealed and draft, for newer players who have been following spoilers or just trying to figure out how to do that. So also try to stay tuned for that. If you liked the Born of the Gods review, tap the like button and comment your general thoughts down below. If you're new to the channel and want to get in on those videos I was just talking about, subscribe. And as always, Roxabox90 signing out. See you guys next time.